Members, I want to tell you about my OPA, Lonnie Franklin Zwiener. He grew up in Fredericksburg, Texas, volunteered for the Marines when he was only 17, and served in the waning days of World War II. After the war, he attended Southwestern University and UT Law School. He ran unsuccessfully for state representative in 1948 when he was only 24. I carry one of his business cards from that campaign in my wallet. He met my grandmother when he visited his congressman, Homer Thornberry, in D.C. He fell in love with Artie Jeffries, Congressman Thornberry's secretary, and they married right before he shipped out to Korea. After the war, they settled here in Austin, and he began his law career, first in the U.S. Attorney's Office, then as an assistant attorney general for the state of Texas for 25 years. He served under 6 different attorney generals. He argued in front of the U.S. Supreme Court 9 separate times. And he and Artie raised 4 boys, one of them my father. As a little girl, I loved visiting my grandparents, invading OPA's library, fighting off the pipe smoke, and arguing with him about politics. Our conversations were my first introduction to this world I now live in, and I loved verbally sparring with him. If he was alive today, he would be so proud to see me here as a member of this body. But he also, during that long law career, argued that the state of Texas was right to criminalize homosexuality. He argued that a Texas public university was right to ban LGBTQ students from having a club on campus. Now, my OPA argued these cases before I was born, and he died before I came out as bisexual. He didn't know at the time that he was talking about his granddaughter. He didn't know that he was hurting me, but he was. I love my OPA, and I always will, but there will always be that but there too. Members, this bill is here being debated on the floor today to make LGBTQ Texans feel less than, to make us feel attacked by our government. As you consider your vote on this bill, I ask you to think about who this vote might be hurting. Friends, family, future family, those who haven't come out yet or haven't been born yet. Think about who will tell stories about your service to the state of Texas. Think about whether or not that story will end with but he voted to discriminate against me. We are living in history, members. Attitudes towards the LGBTQ community have changed rapidly over the past few decades. Young Texans in particular are overwhelmingly accepting of people of all sexual orientations and gender identities. You don't need this vote. Be brave. Choose the right side of history. Choose to not end your own grandchildren's stories with a but. Members, I ask you to vote against this bill.